twins! Welcome to another episode of Twinspiration Top 5. On this episode, we're going to be counting down our top 5 SNL skits. Coming in at number 5 is Rachel Dratch as Debbie Downer. We think everyone really loves and appreciates this skit because she's a very dramatic person of someone that everyone knows. Everyone has that friend or someone they hang out with, acquaintance, if you will, that's very pessimistic and just always has something to say, and stone face. Yeah, and it's kind of entertaining. I think we all complain about those people, but without them, normal gatherings would be very dull sometimes. Coming in at number 4 is with Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley, and it's a skit, their Chippendales audition, and it's so hilarious. It's really great how we see them side by side, both in little bow ties and shirtless, cuffs. They're auditioning.
It's so funny they have no shirts on and they have little cuffs on.
It's pretty Chippendales of them.
Yeah.
And Patrick Swayze, everyone knows him in his body, and he's such a good dancer. And
it was in his prime when he did this.
Yeah. And then we see Chris Farley, but Chris Farley brings it. He's dancing up there, moving, no shirt, just owning it. So I would hire him. If that was a real audition, you got it.
I know. The juxtaposition is great between the two of them, and we love it.
Coming in at number 3 are the Spartan cheerleaders, Will Ferrell and Sherry Audrey. Everyone remembers this skit. They cheered at a chess match, just random places that don't need cheerleaders, but they were so in the game, peppy, energy. And I really think that this catapulted the popularity of cheerleading into the 90s because it was never really that popular until the 90s when Bring It On and movies like that were made. So, and Will Ferrell, I think this was his breakout. I mean, he was already great at that point, but it really catapulted him into his own character, his own person. Coming in at number 2 is probably everyone's favorite SNL host, Justin Timberlake. Love him. He is such a good host on SNL, and our personal favorite skit that he's in is when he dresses as an omelet in Omeletville, and it's just hilarious. He gets so into it. He's the best part is his white glove. Yeah, huge glove, and he presses the boombox, and he just gets so into it, and he's dancing, and he's just he's selling those omelets, and then he also does Rappinville. He sells that wrapping paper. If he were a real employee, he would get raises on the reg because he's just so into selling what he's wearing.
Yeah, they're amazing skits. Honestly, my favorite. Not our favorite, you'll see, but favorite JT skit for sure, and that's saying a lot because he has done some great ones.
Coming in at number 1 is Chris Farley as Matt Foley, motivational speaker. If you didn't know, he lives in a van down by the river. He wears the little plaid sunglasses and tries to live with you.
He just wants to motivate people so they don't end up in a van down by the river.
It's just so funny because the parents call him to help motivate their children because they're kind of lazy, like most teenagers are. And he kind of just invites himself into the family, which is very tricky. But it's also just so funny how he gets so into it. He's basically screaming at them by the end of the skit, telling them to follow their dreams and things like that. And so I think it worked. I think he probably motivated those kids.
I think so too. He's just such a great character, and Chris Farley is the epitome of SNL. We R.I.P. We loved him. He's so funny and just so into what he was doing.
He's in your face, but you want him in your face.
Yeah.
And he's just a great comedian. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Twinspiration Top 5.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see more of what we're doing in the future.